Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm the Crypto Lifer. Hope you're having a good morning, day, afternoon, night, no matter where you are in the world. If you came to my channel and you like the vibe that I provide, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment. I absolutely love reading the comments. Today, I want to tell you why you need to stand strong, right? There's a war on your Bitcoin right now. There's a war on your wealth. The government never really truly cared about you. Remember that. They were the ones that were working hand in hand with the Federal Reserve, who every single day was printing money that we had to pay a debt when we received it. Every dollar that ever got printed into existence had to be paid back. If you borrow the first dollar into existence, and it's the only dollar into existence, and there's a debt on that dollar, how do you pay back the debt on the dollar when there's only $1? Oh, you borrow another dollar to pay off the debt for the first dollar. That's what happens. So it started with $1, but then it was $2 to debt, $3 to debt. Every single time we pay off a debt, we need to print more money. Currency really just cancels out a debt, cancels out a debt, cancels out a debt. But there will always be more debt than currency. That's the issue here. Every single time we're behind the 8 ball. We're playing a VIG to a mafia called the Federal Reserve. They're making us pay them every single day. You don't realize it, but it's taxation without representation. They're taxing you without you realizing it. Banks are buying bonds on the open market system and reselling them back to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is giving them a check that it writes on a zero balance. It creates fraud immediately. And when it does that, it steals from your paycheck. You'd be like, well, how? I don't understand. Your value depends on how much you have of the whole part. Meaning if there was $10 in the world and you only had one, you would have 1/10 of the whole world's value. But if they keep printing money, they can bring your value lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, till eventually you're not worth anything at all. They've been doing this to us day in and day out. Who is they? Who is who? It's the leaders of the world. It's the people who run the Federal Reserve. It's the private families and entities that are shareholders to the Federal Reserve. That's who. Enough is enough. So the longer you stay in the US dollar, the longer you do not jump into Bitcoin full blown, the worse it'll be for you. They're trying to crash the Bitcoin price up and down to scare you from getting into it. 60,000, 30,000. But remember, just in October, we had just breached $10,000. We had just started to begin to move. We are still holding well over a 5x from where we began at the beginning of the year, even a little more. So Bitcoin again was one of the best assets of 2020 to hold no matter what, and it will be one of the best assets to hold in 2021. I'm telling you right now. Once we get through this market correction, even a slight temporary bear market, I believe by July and late August, we will be pumping again hard into the fall. I also think there's gonna be some coins that are gonna continue to move regardless of Bitcoin. I'm looking at HNT, which is helium. I really like it. Helium is sending out miners all around the United States and the world so people can mine a wireless network on their own and create a decentralized wireless network. So every single day, more miners are being sent out and there's more people adding themselves to the network. So check that out. HNT looks hot. Celsius looks amazing. Why? It's a lending platform that gives the most back to the people that lend. It's run by a billionaire who put Wi-Fi in the city subways and is always doing something to help out the human race. That's why nobody can compete with Celsius. He's already made his profits. He's already done what he needs to do. He now just wants to change the world and help people. Wouldn't that be awesome if you became a billionaire and your one task in the world would just be to make the world better? That's where I'm going. That's where I plan to be. I want to get so high with my frequencies that eventually I can just help people for a living. Done and done. I started this channel because I wanted to help people for a living. I truly did. I had made myself some money and I said, you know what? I know how to make money with cryptocurrency. I really feel like I can teach other people how. Not only do I understand technical analysis, but I have a really good understanding of the entire cryptocurrency space. And I know there's so much more to know every single day. That's why I'm consistently dedicating 10 hours a day or more into research, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and just deep dives overall on all the different projects, coins, and the technology that's out there. But I made this video really as a calling to my subscribers, to anyone new watching this channel, to all Americans out there. Right now, you need to stand strong. You need to realize that Bitcoin is the scarcest asset in the entire world. I'm gonna break down something else for you. Bitcoin is digital gold. Now, some people say, oh, you should sell all your Bitcoin for gold or your gold for Bitcoin. Now, I'm still holding the physical gold that I own, but I also hold way more monetary value in Bitcoin. I'll let you know right away. But my gold is a hedge. Maybe there's 10 days of darkness where they say they're gonna take the internet out, take out electricity. They may even make a fake cyber attack just to have a psyop to see what it would do to the American populace. I'm telling you right now, our government may actually even do it to us first before another country does it to us, just to see how we can react to it. So I keep my gold and silver because you never know. I also would love to pass it down to my daughter because she should inherit that gold and silver because I love her with all my heart. There's been a battle about, is Bitcoin digital gold? Is gold better than Bitcoin? And there's 4 main reasons that make Bitcoin better than gold. The first reason I want to discuss why Bitcoin is better than gold is its transportation ability. You can't take all your gold with you on a plane. You can't go anywhere. Gold is heavy. You put a lot of ounces in a backpack, or if you had that much gold, you have to have it all together with you. You go through an airport, they're gonna ask you where you got the gold. They might even confiscate it from you at this point. So I'm being honest, gold doesn't transport well, but Bitcoin does. Bitcoin can be remembered in your head as a 12-word seed phrase and a passphrase. You could remember those things, keep them in your mind, and you could literally throw your treasure overboard on a cruise ship, watch it fall into the water and get eaten by a whale, and then you can go to Amazon or to treasure.io, order yourself a new one, and then during the setup process, just tell it that you're setting up an old wallet and you already have the seed phrase. They'll ask you to import it, boom, your keys to the blockchain will appear. Your funds are always on the blockchain. They're never gone. You just hold the keys to access them. The only thing you could lose is the keys to access your funds. The only thing you could lose is your keys. Your keys access your funds on the blockchain, but your funds are always there. So just don't lose your keys, because if you do, your funds will stay on the blockchain forever, but no one else will have access to them but you. Remember that. The second reason why Bitcoin is better than gold is its store of value, right? Someone say, oh, gold's been great, but you know what? Gold was $1,900 an ounce about 6, 7, 8 years ago. Then it tanked right back down to $1,100. Now it's back at $1,900. So if you held gold for 10 years, you wouldn't have made any money at all. You basically would have just kept your value the same for a long period of time. Thank goodness I got most of my gold between $960 and about $1,320, and it's continued to go up. But in the long run, had you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago and gold 10 years ago, you would have made so much more money holding Bitcoin. And I believe that's going to be the same for the next 10 years. Bitcoin will become the scarcest asset in the world. Right now, it is the scarcest asset in the world. The fact that most people don't understand that means the media is doing a really good job of brainwashing people, distracting people, and keeping them away from what really matters. I'm a survivalist. I'm trying to survive. If I work 8, 10, 12 hours a day and I get paid, I want to make sure that money lasts for a long time. I want to make sure I can use that money 10 years from now and it becomes a proper store of value. The dollar does not do that. The dollar is 4 cents right now. It's lost 97% of its purchasing power or more. I mean, you can't do anything with the dollar that you could do even 10, even 5 years ago, the dollar has lost that much value. Bitcoin has only gained and gained and gained value in the same amount of time. So, what should you buy today? Should you hold your dollars or should you convert them to Bitcoin? What do you think? The last 10 years will tell you what to do. Don't be a fool and waste the next 10 years. I'm making this video because I want everyone to realize that there is a battle for your wealth. That this is about you and making the right decisions. If you choose cryptocurrency over the centralized banking system, you will begin to free yourselves and others and open the world up to a more positive place to live. We want projects like Cardano to grow, become decentralized, and unbank the unbanked. I'm telling you guys right now, this is a call. This is a revolution. This is crypto. Don't be fooled by the news lately. The feds just seized a bunch of Bitcoin and they say it's used for illicit purposes. Whatever they want to say, you know how easy it was to track the Bitcoin and find it? They wouldn't have been able to find laundered money. You know how much laundered money is buried, covered in blood? Who knows? Hidden in the houses of drug cartels. There is so much hidden money you could never find, but you could find every last Bitcoin if you search the blockchain and knew how to do it. And we have people who can do proper blockchain analysis and find out where the funds are going. Eventually, we will find what wallet went to what wallet, and we will track you down, just like we're gonna track down any shady government, just like we're gonna track down any shady government who's been using our tax dollars in illicit manners and in ways we don't know. It's time we get the US government on the blockchain. It's time we get every single ledger, every single bank. I wanna see every tax dollar that was ever taken out of my pocket, and I wanna see where it's been, where it went, and where it's going. If they can't do that for us soon, then we need someone else in office. It's time the blockchain puts us in power. It's time the people use blockchain to take back what is theirs. It's time we start a crypto revolution. This is Crypto Lifer. I love you. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to this channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life.